Hope you're having a good day. Welcome to our group presentation on the topic of economic development and its impact on daily life, with a focus on England or the United Kingdom and the United States. My name is Trung, and I will begin with an economic overview of England. Economic development refers to a sustained increase in the economic well-being and standard of living of a nation. It encompasses not just growth in gross domestic product (GDP), but also improvement in employment, education, healthcare, and quality of life for ordinary citizens. According to the United Nations Development Programme (UNDP), economic development is measured through composite indicators such as the Human Development Index, which combine income, life expectancy, and education level. Now we're gonna see what kind of economy is England. England operates as a mixed market economy combining private enterprise with government regulation and public service. Its economy classified as high developed and consistently ranked among top six largest economy globally by GDP. In 2023, the United Kingdom GDP stood at approximately 3.1 trillion USD, placing it fifth globally and second in Europe after Germany and above France. England accounts for roughly 84% of total UK GDP, making it the dominant economic region within the United Kingdom via House of the Commons Library 2023 ACE. The economy is heavily service oriented, with the service sector contribute over 80% of GDP. This includes finance, retail, real estate, hospitality, and professional service. Let us examine what these figures mean for everyday people in England. GDP per capita approximately 46,000 USD, indicating as relatively high average standard of living according to World Bank. The inflation rate peaked at 11.1 in October 2022, significantly eroding purchasing power of households across England. According to Office for National Statistics, the unemployment rate is approximately 4.2 as of 2024, meaning the majority of working age adults are employed. According to Trading Economic 2024, England currency is British pound sterling or GBP, which affect the cost of import goods and international travel for English residents. Let's do a little bit of comparison. The United States record a GDP of approximately 27.4 trillion USD in 2023, make it become the highest economy in the world and having a GDP per capita around 80,000 USD is roughly 73% higher than England, reflecting greater average wealth but also more pronounced inequality. So that is our economic foundation. English at large, service-driven economy whose overall strength significantly shape the daily life of its people from income level to the cost of everyday good. Now let us look more closely at how the economic development affect employment and wage. Haha, it's your turn.
There is a more direct impact on people through the jobs available to them and the wage they earn. So let's explore how England compares with the United States in this regard. In England, the shift from a manufacturing-based economy to the service-based economy is a hallmark of economic development, has profoundly transformed the nature of work. The financial service sector alone contributes approximately over £170 billion to the UK economy annually and employs over 1 million people. The key sector is retail, hospitality, technology, and creative industry. In the United States, the employment landscape is similarly dominated by service. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that the service-providing sector accounts for approximately over 86% of total non-farm employment, closely mirroring England's trajectory. In the wage and living standard in England, the economic development raised average wage, but the distribution of those gains is unequal. In England, the national living wage was set at £11.44 per hour from April 2024, an increase of 9.8% from previous year, designed to help low-paid workers keep pace with the cost of living. By contrast, the U.S. federal minimum wage has remained at $7.25 per hour since 1999, though many states and cities have enacted higher local minimum wage. California setting its rate at $16 per hour as of 2024. This disparity illustrates how economic development translates differently into the wage depending on policy choice. And one of the most visible signs of England's economic development is growth of its creative and technology sector. The UK music industry generated over £6.7 billion in 2022, supporting tens of thousands of jobs. According to UK Music 2023, London technology cluster, often called Silicon Roundabout or Tech City, has produced a vibrant startup ecosystem in fintech, artificial intelligence, and biotech. According to Startup Genome 2023, and the video game industry, with companies such as Rockstar Game maintaining major studio in England, generate approximately over £7 billion, further illustrating the economic significance of creative industry.
The darker sides of economic development, affordability, and regional inequality. In 2022 and 2023, England experienced one of its most severe cost of living crises in modern history. Following the COVID-19 pandemics and Russia's invasion of Ukraine, energy prices skyrocketed, pushing inflation to its highest levels in 4 decades. According to the Office for National Statistics, inflation peaked at 11.1% in October 2022. Food prices rose by 19.1% in early 2023, the highest rate since 1977 according to ONS. Millions of households were pushed into fuel poverty, defined as spending more than 10% of income on energy costs, according to House of Commons Library. The United States experienced a comparable surge, with inflation peaking at 9.1% in June 2022, the worst in 4 decades, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. However, England's situation was more acute because the United Kingdom imports a significantly larger proportion of its energy compared to the United States, which is a major domestic oil and gas producer. The Bank of England raised interest rate from 0.1% to 5.25% by August 2023 to combat inflation, closely mirroring the US Federal Reserve's aggressive rate hikes over the same period, a policy that squeezed mortgage holders and borrowers on both sides of the Atlantic. One of England's most persistent structural problems is the gap between London and the rest of the country. London's GDP per capita stood at £69,077 in 2023, nearly twice the UK average of £39,403, according to ONS. Regions such as North East, Yorkshire, and part of the Midlands suffer from lower wages, higher unemployment, and reduced access to public services. This geographic inequality is not unique to England. The United States faces a strikingly similar divide between coastal economic hubs such as New York, San Francisco, and Boston, and economically struggling interior regions such as the Appalachia, the rural Midwest, and the Mississippi Delta. In both countries, the debate centers on how to spread prosperity beyond a handful of thriving metropolitan areas. The UK government has responded through its Levelling Up agenda, which aims to redirect investment towards disadvantaged regions. Critics, however, argue that progress has been slow and underfunded, according to the House of Commons Library. The US has pushed comparable policies through the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act of 2021, with similarly contested results. On June 23, 2016, the United Kingdom voted to leave the European Union by a margin of 52% to 48%, with the formal departure completed in January 2022, according to the UK Electoral Commission. The economic consequences have been significant and continue to shape daily life in England. Brexit ended the UK membership of the EU single market, introducing new trade barriers, custom paperwork, and regulatory divergence. As a result, FDI declined as companies relocated operations to Ireland, France, and the Netherlands. Labour shortages emerged in healthcare, hospitality, and agriculture as free movement of EU workers ended. The Office for Budget Responsibility estimates that Brexit will reduce UK trade intensity by approximately 15% in the long term.
We have discussed England's economic strength, industry, and current challenge, but what does the future look like for England's economy and its people? Today, I will focus on three important areas shaping England's future: the green economy, global trade after Brexit, and digital innovation, artificial intelligence. One of the biggest transformations taking place in England is the shift toward a green economy. The UK has committed to achieving net zero carbon emission by 2050, meaning it aims to balance the greenhouse gas it produces with those free from atmosphere. This transition creates major economic opportunity. The UK is already global leader in offshore wind energy, and the government plans to generate 50 gigawatts of offshore wind power by 2030. It's also investing heavily in green hydrogen, electric vehicle, and carbon capture technology. According to government estimates, the green economy could create up to million new jobs in the UK by 2030, especially in northern industrial regions such as the Humber area. Like the UK, the United States is also investing strong in clean energy through the Inflation Reduction Act, showing that green development is now both an environmental goal and an economic strategy. Another important factor shaping England's future economy is global trade after Brexit. Since leaving the European Union, the United Kingdom has actively pursued new global trade partnerships. A free trade agreement with Australia and New Zealand has been finalized. Negotiations with India, one of the world's fastest-growing economies, are going. In 2023, the United Kingdom formed a CPTPP, a trade bloc covering 12 Pacific nations, including Japan, Canada, and Australia. This trade development directly affects daily life. New agreements can allow the price import goods, open markets for British export, and attract foreign investment, all of which translate into job opportunity and economic growth for ordinary English worker and business. England is actively positioning itself as a global leader in artificial intelligence and digital technology area what will profoundly shape the nature of work and daily life in coming decades. In November 2023, the UK hosts the world's first AI Safety Summit at Hyde Park, bringing together heads of government and representative major technology companies to discuss the government and risks of advanced AI systems. London remains Europe's leading city for technology investment and startup funding. The government AI Opportunity Action Plan commits to making the United Kingdom one of the top three AI-enabled economies in the world. Indian world-class research universities such as Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College London connect to produce cutting-edge research in AI, quantum computing, and biotechnology. Looking at projects for the near future, the UK economy is expected to experience modest but stable growth over the next few years, while inflation is predicted to gradually return to point of England's 2% target by late 2025. However, several major challenges still remain. The UK national debt continue to stay above 100% of GDP, creating pressure on future government. In addition, housing affordability remains a serious issue, especially in London and South East, where many working families still struggle to afford homes. Here are some references and key sources you can look at for additional information.